warm welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand all the latest news from the D Street, starting from the benchmark index moves to the sectoral action and all the stocks that are buzzing the most in trade. We'll also focus on Reliance Industries and what should be your investment strategy on the stock right ahead of the planned demerger of Jio Financial Services that's up on 20th of July. So everything about it that you should know is something that you should watch out for in this show. First up, a quick check as to how the markets are doing at this point in time. All-time high levels, 19,646. Very strong move on the Nifty. 81 points higher, 66,340 and thereabouts for the Sensex as well. Another 278 points of a bump up. So very solid start to this new week. Almost 0.4% uptick for both of these indices. It's the small caps that are shining the brightest with over a percent gains, 11,452 currently. So the small caps is where the action is. A broad-based rally is what we're seeing in the markets and all across the board as well. When we talk about the other sectoral indices as well, now you talk about the IT space, which is of course the front runner even today. We are looking at very strong moves of 1.7% coming in on the IT pack. The media stocks are higher by 2.3%. Metals are shining bright. Over a percent gains coming in from this one and 1% gains coming in from the oil and gas pack as well. So you name it and you have some of these sectors really taking the lead today. The Nifty bank is slightly softish with just a flat to a negative bias right there. Financial services down by about 0.25%. You're also seeing slight muted action as far as the PSU banks are concerned. But the private banks, let's look at that one. Again, a subdued action for this one as well. So the banks literally not really doing that much, but auto space is where the lagging action is, 0.5% declines coming in. But all across the board, if you see, the advances are way much higher than the declines in today's trade. Now, in terms of the top gainers and the losers, as far as the Nifty index is concerned, on the Nifty, you'll spot a lot of names from the IT pack. You'll find Wipro at the top of the charts, 3.7% uptick. Reliance Industries, what a strong move, 2.5% uptick, 2,810 currently for this one as well. So heavyweight counter lifting the market sentiment higher. Apart from Wipro, it's Tech Mahindra that's also up by 2.5% odd at 1257 currently, supporting the overall move. You're looking at the pharma space buzzing, so Dr. Reddy's, Apollo Hospitals, all of them up in trade. The Adani Group stocks are also buzzing, 2,408 currently for Adani Enterprises stock as well. You do have Adani Ports, Power, all in action, Metal Pack, Tata Steel, Hindalco, all of them also up in trade. On the lagging action, let's see if there are any stocks that are still down and sulking. Some of them, Hero Moto down by 1.5%, ONGC, SBI Life down by 1.5% too. As far as the Nifty laggards are concerned, Tata Motors, M&M. So the autos are actually falling behind. M&M also taking it in the slower lane today. But time to welcome our guest on the show. Mr. Kranti Batini joins in, Director Research at Wealth Mill Securities. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. Your own thoughts? The markets are again soaring at record highs. What's really pulling the markets higher? Are there enough triggers to take this rally ahead this week?
Yes, actually, thank you for inviting me on the show. Markets are in a complete jubilant mode, and they have been inching higher and higher. Market have crossed all the wall of worries what the markets have been grappling with past 3 months. Right now, what we can see is there is a complete confidence with respect to the foreign portfolio investors are concerned. They have been the net buyers consecutively every day. They have been lapping up Indian equities in their portfolio. That's what giving the confidence for the market, and the monsoon have progressed very well, which was showing a indication of deficit earlier. Right now, the monsoon has been progressing very well. All the odds are in the favor of the market at this point of time. Of course, the midterm inflation looks a little bit worried because of the delayed monsoon and some areas of excessive monsoon and high vegetable prices. But we can expect this inflation to further cool off in the coming days. Uh, August, we have the Indian monetary policy, how RBI is going to take the stance with respect to interest rates is going to play one more key pivotal points for the market. We are in earning season. We are getting a decent earning tickers at this point of time. and how the earning season is going to progress. That's the key for the direction of the market, for the market to sustain above these levels and inching towards 20,000 levels. So investors need to,
Absolutely.
one hand, we need to track the earnings season. The other hand, how the global monetary action that's going to happen in the next coming weeks is extremely crucial for the market.
Absolutely. Looking at this very, very strong move in the markets, looks like 20,000 could be soon a reality that you and I have been discussing for a long time now. Let's also focus on some of the stocks. The top stock that is on our focus list today is Reliance Industries. Now, the company has set the date of July 20th for its Jio Financial Services demerger, and that's just one day ahead of the Q1 results as well. Now, all eyes are on whether this demerger can unlock the value for RIL shareholders. So, I want to begin by understanding from you. Remember back in the 2005, when Reliance Industries had in fact demerged 4 of its entities, the market had in fact rewarded Reliance Industries and the shareholders. After the split, the shareholders' wealth really swelled about 38%. Do you see a deja vu happening after so long? We are going to see a company getting demerged out of the conglomerate Reliance Industries.
Yeah, for the size and scale of Reliance Industries as a conglomerate, as you mentioned, from oil to chemical and embedded with different kind of businesses in India, it is always there. It catches the investor attention whenever there is a demerger from the entity. Of course, Jio Financial Services, everybody watching towards how the plan of Reliance Industries and the management going to take forward this Reliance Jio Financial Services going ahead is extremely crucial, Sakshi. Whenever Reliance Industries comes organically into their way, they are going to disrupt the way the current practice are going to happen. That what we witnessed in Geo recently, and how they are going to uh, disrupt the lending and the financial services business in the coming days is extremely crucial, because there will be a excitement from the investor side, and also they are going to make the way whenever Reliance get into any kind of business mode. They're going to capture the market share. That is the main key theme for Reliance Industries always. So how they are going to disrupt the space is extremely key point. Everybody watching forward
Sure.
after the demerger, and once they start full-fledged financial services in India.
Sure, absolutely. Mr. Patini, also, there's been a mad rush to buy Reliance Industries shares on this buy one, get one offer of sorts that Reliance Industries is announcing with this demerger. I wanted to understand from you, this stock had not done literally anything for the past, 1 year or so. But just after this announcement, we've seen about a 4-5% odd already. A move has happened. Even now, 2,800, and it's inching closer to its all-time high levels as well. Should one still go ahead and buy RIL shares even as they hover above the 52-week high levels?
Sakshi, given the size and scale of Reliance Industries is concerned, the stock has been in a consolidation phase in past 4-5 quarters, and because of this news, and also after spending the time of consolidation, the stock has been inching on a higher range after the Geo Financial Services merger, and also FII flows have been positive towards the Indian market. So the stock with the highest market capitalization has spent a good amount of consolidation, now inching towards in the higher range. So investors, because of the nature of RIL Industries stock price, and also the embedded value, and also the stability what Reliance Industries gives to the individual portfolio. It can be institutional as well as the retail investors portfolio. RIL is the stock one need to keep in their portfolio. Of course, you said there is a mad rush. There is a euphoria after the demerger news, as the company announced one is to the 1:1 demerger ratio with the Geo Financial Services. That also attracting the retail interest to buy Reliance Industries. The stock, with respect to the businesses and the embedded value in the stock on a SOTP basis, the stock have further upside potential of 10 to 15% from this level also. So the investors with a long-term horizon, definitely at every dip, and also due to the announcement of Reliance Geo Financial Services, one can buy the stock at this price range also. Investors are looking forward for a longer term investment.
Right. Okay. Now, there's another news flow that Jio Financial Services will be included in several FTSE indices effective July 20th. How do you see this development, and will that have any impact on RIL shareholders on Jio Financial Services listing going forward in the Indian markets too?
As the FTSE Russell Index is concerned, because Jio Financial Services is going to list for a period of time, the listing date has not been announced. Probably we can
Yeah.
expect by Diwali we can have one more fireworks with respect to the Jio Financial Services listing is concerned. So post that listing, it can attract the incremental fund flows towards the stock, uh, but the immediate impact on the stock price is since the stock is not listed immediately, there will not be any impact on the stock price. But post listing, definitely it will increase the incremental fund flows towards the Geo Financial Services over a period of time. That means
Okay.
it shows the buying interest that's coming emerging from the foreign portfolio investors also. They are looking towards this big news.
Okay. Now, what is your own expectation of the kind of valuations that Jio Financial Services could command and the kind of share prices that it could list at?
Yeah, as per our internal calculations, actually, we can expect the stock to it between 160 to 175 rupees. This is the base initial calculation. But how the exuberance and how the things and the big day for Reliance Industries is always the annual general body meeting of Reliance, which is scheduled in the coming months. So the announcements uh, made by the billionaire entrepreneur Mukesh Ambani also going to change the entire sphere of the stock valuations for a period of time. Uh, so one need to wait and watch how the developments that are going to take place in the coming days. But it's going to have a formidable impact with respect to the financial services, especially in the NBFC space and the digital lending, all the new age things that are happening in financial services. Definitely, Reliance can take the lead in terms of utilizing the new age technologies in terms of the lending and in terms of the how the way financial services are going to function in India.
Okay. How soon do you expect the listing to take place? And is, after the listing also, is Jio Financial Services something as another stock apart from Reliance Industries should be looked at as an added on opportunity for investors too?
Definitely, Sakshi, because the kind of the financial so they have and the backup they have always one need to keep these stocks, these developments on their radar. Uh, the listing is concerned, we don't have any immediate commentary from the management about the listing date, but most probably we can expect the listing by Diwali. Uh, one need to watch the announcements that comes from the management. One need to keep on their radar.
Okay, understood that. So definitely strong value unlocking up there, and Reliance Industries as a long-term portfolio stock, one can definitely look at adding that and reap the benefits of this added-on benefit of Jio Financial Services to your kitty. Separately also, once this stock gets listed, this is another stock that you can definitely keep on your radar as well. Let's moving on from Reliance Industries now. We're also looking at the banking space today, especially HDFC Bank ahead of its Q1 earnings. This will be the first time the bank will be reporting its earnings after the merger has happened with HDFC Limited. The stock is hovering at 1644 and thereabouts. Your own sense of how should one be approaching this stock now?
The one more stock every retail investors need to keep on their uh, uh, portfolio, Sakshi, the HDFC Bank. Okay, after the merger of both the entities, the bank is right now one of the largest bank across the globe. So it have been attracting the investor interest as we have been seeing the incremental flows for the flows from the foreign portfolio investors. If the foreign portfolio investor flows remains positive, definitely this is the stock to be on radar, and investors need to accumulate the stock at every dip, even at this price point also. One can use this as a very good entry level despite of the indices trading at higher price. Definitely, it's a stock specific action. HDFC Bank can one can accumulate in their portfolio purely on a fundamental investment basis with a time horizon of 2 3 years.
Okay, understood that as well. Well, many thanks, Mr. Batini, for being with us on the show and discussing all these insights with all our viewers. The market's continuing to soar higher in trade, and we will continue to spot opportunities for you in this current record high market space. So don't forget to stay tuned on to Business Today TV to catch all the movements in the stock markets, every stock that is in momentum, and your strategy that you should be following. Experts will continuously be talking to us about all of these as well. So do stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also continue to engage with us on our other social media platforms as well. Until then, many thanks for tuning in.
Hello and welcome to Business Today Television. I'm Siddharth Zarabi and with me today is Nunzio Martillo, the Senior Vice President and Head of Southeast Asia, Oceania and India at Ericsson.